Today we are joined by our friend Dr. Paul Carniol, who is here to talk about something very important as the weather changes and more people go outside. We're talking about sun precautions. Hello there.
Hi, hi, Lisa.
So tell me, what should we be doing when we're out and about wanting to take care of our skin and our health?
Okay, the first thing is why sun precautions? So let's look at what the sun does for a minute. The sun creates wrinkles, lines, destroys collagen in your skin, destroys elastic fibers, gives you brown spots. So then you say, well, now I know I've got to be out of the sun. Don't want that cancer, don't want to look wrinkled, don't want to look brown, so what do I do?
Right.
Okay, so sun precautions become very important. So the first thing you have to look at is sun avoidance. So for example, one issue is do you sit out in the midday baking yourself in the sun? Not a good idea unless you want a lot of wrinkles. And we all know, we've seen some folks who really enjoy the sun who do that, but then we know sort of what they look like. The next thing is the use of sunscreens. When you look at sunscreens, it's a fascinating issue because the sunscreens, the SPF scale measures UVB. There's two types of radiation. We worry about UVA and UVB. It measures UVB. The problem with measuring UVB is that UVA does deeper damage. So UVA creates deep skin cancers, UVA creates brown spots, UVA does deep destruction of collagen and elastic fibers, but we don't measure that. So when you talk about SPF, we're talking about UVB blockage. So when you go to the store and you look for sunscreen, it must block UVA also. And there is no rating for UVA.
Is there a difference between 30 and 50?
Yes, there is. The difference is that one, you get better sun protection. But remember, that number is only for UVB, not A. So it matters as much for A as it does for B. The other issue is we talk about sunscreens that are waterproof, and people say, well, I put it on and I still became sunburned.
Right.
And that's correct, because you went for a swim or you were perspiring. Whatever you did, you wiped your skin.
Even though it's waterproof?
Correct, it's not wipe-proof. And so just taking your arm and running across your forehead, if you're perspiring, will take the sunscreen off.
Sure.
Touching your face, take the sunscreen off. So you have to remember to reapply.
You know, my little guy, he's blonde, he's fair-skinned, and he constantly gets it on his face. And as much as I put sunscreen on, he's always walking around with this red glow.
Right, it's an issue.
Right.
And all you can do is do what you can. A nice thing for a little guy is you can put a baseball hat on him, or a baseball style hat, or for whatever team he chooses.
How about the sticks?
Sticks,
something for a face.
Sticks are great. I love sticks because I often do cycling. And when I'm out cycling, I'll notice a hot spot on my skin. If you're feeling a hot spot, you're getting sunburn. So what I do is I keep a stick in my pocket, just pull it out, hit the hot spot with it, and keep going. So I really like sticks.
Right.
I actually have a question, Saul.
Yeah.
So, as a mom, right, I worry about the stuff they're putting on their skin. So we want to protect their skin, but at the same time, I want to make sure that they're not absorbing toxins because the skin opens and everything goes in. So, what are your thoughts around that?
Okay, great question. The sunscreens I like best consist of micronized zinc oxide. Now let me explain what that is. Zinc oxide, we all know it's the white paste you see on people, looks thick and unattractive. But if you have micronized zinc oxide, then it goes on very fine and it's actually clear. That zinc oxide is just a salt compound, has no potential toxicity or dangers, and stays on real well. And actually, it actually protects the skin also mechanically. If the wind's coming at you, it really can't get through that zinc oxide layer. And by the way, for the ladies, a good micronized zinc oxide sunscreen foundation goes on really even over it, so it looks perfect.
Is there a difference between brands? Is the generic, if I buy it at one store versus another brand, not to mention names?
It always depends on the content. So it's not the brand, it's not whether it's generic or brand, it's how is that sunscreen made, what does it have in it, and what are its properties.
So let's summarize, and hopefully our viewers are writing this down. UVA, UVB?
Right, UVA, UVB,
Yes.
SPF only measures UVB, but we have to worry about A because A is the deeper rays cause the more destructions, more wrinkles, more brown spots, more deep skin cancers.
So we need to read the instructions.
Yes, you need to read what it does and
Right.
the contents, no question.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you being here, and thank you for joining us.
Sure, my pleasure, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Carniol.
Thank you.